guys in functions with math paper 1. So let us kindly pay particular attention before we answer the question. So guys, this is the question that it is kindly allocated in paper 1 and it is provided a 4 marks. So there is no relations and functions in paper 2. So let's just dive in direct to relations and function. This is the given question where they're saying the functions f and g are defined by f of x as 2x plus 1. Then g of x, it is provided as 5x minus 1. Then they're saying find g inverse of x. So how do we find g inverse of x? Let's first of all write the functions for g of x. So we are given the function as 5x then minus 1, just like that. So every function, just get to understand that it is defined by the values of y. Every function, it is defined by the values of y. So these values of y, I'll also teach you the simple trick which you can use immediately we are done with this one. So let us just use the long trick as long as we just need to fight for the understanding. So in this case, we are going to replace where there is x, we replace y, where there is y, we replace x. Now what do I mean? Here we are going to replace x, then now where there is the value of x, we replace what? Y, then minus 1. I guess you can see this. Then in this case now we are going to transpose by wanting to find the values of y. So we are going to transpose this negative 1 to this other side. Hence we are going to be having x, then the additive inverse of negative 1, it becomes positive 1, then is equals to 5, 1, just like that. Then now we're going to say, since we want to find the value of y, we are going to say divided by 5, divided by 5, then this goes y is equals to x plus 1 over 5. So now what is our very conclusion? We are going to say, therefore, the value, or rather the g inverse of x is provided as x plus 1 over 5. That is the way on how you answer this. Now listen to this. If you don't want to waste much of the time, since this one it is provided 1 mark, you just need to do this. Just get the way it is as we are given this as 5x minus 1. You want to find an inverse. Just say divided by 1. Why? Because we are given respect to the numerator and the denominator. So in this case, we are going to reciprocate the two, where we are going to say the denominator becomes the numerator, and then the numerator becomes the denominator. Then now, we are going to change the part. When you have a negative, it becomes a positive. When you have a positive, you become a negative. So in this case, we are going to be having this one to go up. So we are going to have 1x, which is just x. Then this will change to positive. So positive 1 over this 5 to come down, which will be 5. So this and this, they are the same. So it is according to which way you are going to use this kind of arithmetics. So this is the simple trick you can also use for you to get this half a mark. But now let's get to see this other question, which is 2 marks. So this composite function, it is the one which a lot of people have most of the challenges. So I want guys to break it down so that starting from today it becomes more simple for us. So here's a part where we are going first of all to open the functions for f. So the function for f of x is this one. So we are going to say 2x plus 1. I have had to open the function for f because f, it is beginning. You're getting the point here. It is at the beginning. So in this case, we are going to say we replace where there is x, we replace the values of what? G. You can see the way I'm writing is something that is very simple and understandable. Okay, so I want you guys to replace where there is the value of x, replace it with what? G. So in this case, we are going to be having 2. Then now we open the bracket. What is the value of g, where we are going to replace, where the value of x is, we replace the values for g. So the values for g are these. You can see this, which is 5x minus 1. Then here there is plus 1. So we are going to say plus what? 1. I guess here you can see that. And now we are going to continue multiplying by opening the brackets. We are going to say this times this, the answer it is 10 what? X. Then this times this, the answer it is 2. Then there is plus 1. Then now according to this, we are going to say 10x. Then negative 2 plus 1. Different signs, we subtract, then maintain the sign from the bigger number. So in this case now, we're going to make the very conclusion as therefore f of g of x is equals to 10x minus 1. Here it simply means that we are done. That's the way on how you answer this composite function. Please, if you had the challenge, I guess we've had to simplify that challenge for you. Okay, now let's answer this last question where they say find f of g of negative 3. So where we want to find f of g of x, where there is the value of x, we replace negative 3. So we are going to get f of g where we want to find 10x minus 1. So where there is the value of x, we replace negative what? Negative 3. Okay, so as you are replacing, please don't forget to add the brackets. We are going to say 10, open bracket, negative 3, then negative 1. I guess you can see that. Now, the first thing, we are going to multiply the brackets. This times this, the answer it is negative 30, then minus 1, right? This minus this, the answer it is negative 31. Why? Same signs we add, then maintain the sign. Then don't forget, please, to be concluding, we are going to say f of g of negative 3 is negative 31. That's the way on how you answer this kind of question. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and also share by following the page. Okay, this has been your tutor, Mr. RB. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.